Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Tanya with Authentically TJB. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to all my subscribers. Welcome to those subscribers who don't know that they're going to subscribe, but they are going to subscribe because they're going to stumble across my channel and they're going to say, you know what? I'm going to subscribe to her channel. Do you guys like my hair this morning? I tried to do something different, trying to, make my messy bun a little messy. But that's what I want to talk about today. I can't deal with messy. And when I talk about messy, I'm talking about messy people at work. Let me tell you something. One thing I know that everybody is not going to care for me, as I don't care for everybody. And listen, that's okay. As Tabitha Brown says, that's your business. That's your business. But let me just tell you something. Between the hours of 8:30 and 5, when we see each other, don't be so obvious that you're so messy and you're supposed to be a minister. Now, don't do that. Don't smile in my face and geeky gig when you with just me. But when you ain't around me and like we're at a meeting or something, then you want to try to, you don't try. Then you show your messiness. But you know what? That's okay. Because just like my channel, Authentically, I'm going to be authentic. And like I told her, I said, I'm going to be transparent. Because one thing I grew up, my grandmother always taught us, when you're wrong, you're wrong. So if you do something wrong, if I do something wrong, I'm going to admit it. I'm going to tell you at work before somebody else can. Like, oops, I made a boo-boo. Or oops, I did this. But I can't deal with messiness. You know, when I go to work, I don't have friends at work. When I leave work, I don't have anyone that, okay, I call and say, so-and-so girl, such and such. I don't do that on my jobs. Because I don't need to. Because the less you know about me at my job and the less I know about you, look, we good to go. Because I worked at one job and the supervisor got offended. Because you know what she said? And she said it in the meeting. She said, Tanya's so secretive, she don't tell none of her business. What? Because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell my business. I'm here to do a job, and a job is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to be secretive. Because I'm not even going to be secretive. That's not being secretive. That's my business. And I'm going to keep my business my business. But I don't like that. I don't come to a job to make friends. You know, I'm not here trying to find out who messing with who ain't doing a job. I'm not here to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hired for that. I was hired to be the business manager, to do what I got to do. Supervise my staff and keep on and provide information, when information is needed. But I can't stand it. And then when you're saying something and then they looking at the other person. Don't do that. You too obvious and you too grown. You too obvious and you too grown. So don't do that. That just it burns my soul, my spirit. But I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna let it move me. I'm just venting now because that's what I do. So when I go to work, I don't have to hold it in my spirit anymore. But I got big things coming, and you know what? The only one that's gonna know about it is me. 3 people, me, myself, and I, and the Lord. For now, and that's how I'm gonna kick it and run it. But when I see said person, because I don't say people's name, because you don't know who runs across it. So when I see said person, I'm just going to be just as calm, cool, and collective and act like nothing. How you doing today? See, one thing I know how to do, I read this book called Shifting, and you got to shift. And I'm going to shift. How you doing today? Just as happy. But in my mind, I know you. And I pegged you out, and I'm going to stay away from you. And that's how I'm kicking it. Otherwise, I ain't got no hard feelings. I'm getting it out now. So when I get to work, it's all said and done. it's all said and done. Because like I said, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do a job I was hired for, to do it correctly, to do it ethically, get my paycheck, and go home and do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know people probably like, who is she talking to? Because as y'all can see, my hair just flying. Because, But otherwise, hey, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Too blessed to be stressed. And let me clarify that. I'm not stressed. Again, I'm just doing what they call venting. I'm just venting. I'm getting it out. So when I get to the job and I see said person, I ain't got to harbor no hard feelings. Yep. And it's always women. It's always brown. We do this to each other instead of us collectively working together, coming together. Got to be messy. Got to be messy. And matter of fact, I'm gonna call said person Messy Betsy. Messy Betsy. But like I said, like Tabitha Brown said, but that's your business. That's her business. That's her business. This car is sitting here and I don't know which way it plans to go. But see, you look, nowadays you be honking at people. You don't know who gonna have road rage. Turn around and want to pow, pow, pow on you. And then all the time they were turning right and they could have been turned. See, okay. But you know what? Today is a beautiful day. It's only 49 degrees, but it's a beautiful day because I woke up and I have activity of the limbs and I have money to put gas in my car, buy me some breakfast, get me some lunch, and a bag of oranges. Ah, yes. So, you know, today is a good day. But yeah, so I tried getting off the subject of Messy Betsy. I tried to do something different with my hair. I tried to do something different. Let me tell y'all. No, I don't go to the salon to get my perms because I've been doing my perms for years, and my hair is healthy. But I had stopped using the box perm for a while when I found the Mazzani perm and the Firm in the beauty salon in the beauty supply store. And but I think I told you that day I couldn't get to the beauty supply store. Decided to use a box perm, and I do not like it. So I cannot. And I usually go like 8 weeks before I get another perm. And I am. Let me tell you something. A touch up. And I will be so happy when these 8 weeks is up. I ain't trying to rush life, but I need my a Firm or my Mazzani. Why don't we as a people own our own beauty salons? You know, and they sell the black hair care products. And I don't know why we don't have our own beauty. I have yet to run into a African American beauty supply store. Everyone that has it is like of the Chinese ethnics. You know what I'm trying to say. But I don't understand why because we are the ones that use the products, because every part, from the hair to the beads to the shampoo, the color. You know, I never understood why we don't own our own beauty supply store. And they make money because we are in there. Look, I'm in there. And someone had mentioned that, and it just resonated with me right now, is to ask the question, why we as a people that I know of, the places I've lived, put it that way, don't own our own beauty supply store. Now I know there's some that, you know, the black hair care products, but I don't know, we just don't own our own, hair care products. And I don't know. So, switching the subject again to get off of that. Anyone watching who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel but don't know how, maybe fearful, don't think it'll work, it will. It will. You have the power to do whatever you want to do. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. You just got to get up there and you just got to start talking, because there's somebody who's going to want to ear hustle. And you never know what you might have to say to someone, or what you might say to someone that will resonate with them and be like, you know what? She is so right. Girl, that's me. Or man, that is me. And I needed to hear that. And somebody may be going through something like, I brought the issue up at my place of employment. Somebody may be going through that and like, I know what you're saying, and this is what you should do, and yep, you right, do that, you handled it well. You never know. You never know. And as they say, just this is my car chronicles. I just get up here and start talking. It's too early to call my best friend. So what better way? And then what I like about it, I could talk and no one's going to interrupt me. So just do it. Just be select. I'm very selective what I say, because I don't want it to affect my opponent. So there's nothing up here that I've said that could get me in trouble, at my job. And I'm not going to do that. And I definitely don't do that in my place of employment. I don't. Because one thing, like I just know, and not just in your employment, people act like they're your friends and they have your best, some people, and they have your best interests at heart, and then they take and run with it. And they don't tell it the way it was told. They're going to tell it the way they heard it and interpreted it. Sometimes that's not always the way that it was said and the way that it was meant to be said. So that's why I'm very selective. I go to lunch by myself. Call that lonely, I don't know, but that's just the way it is, because I know sometimes we can feel comfortable and start talking, and then the next thing you know, you rambling about stuff that you shouldn't be rambling about. And excuse me, and the conversation then got misconstrued and transcribed the way someone else wanted to hear it. So I choose to just go to lunch by myself. And I do that. I go to the park. Sometimes I talk to you guys and ask you to have lunch with me. Or I'll, watch something on my phone. I have a Shein package coming. I hope it comes today. So I like to be an introvert when it comes to like work. When I worked in New York and I was working for Pepsi, I had one person that I used to go to lunch with. And then my sister worked at Pepsi, so we worked in the same department. So I'm wrong. One main person, she and I would always go to lunch together, but when my sister and Yolanda used to want to go, it used to be the four of us. But other than that, it used to just be me and Sharon. We could just go to lunch. But mostly I just went to lunch by myself. And it's okay. It's my time to digress and just focus on me and get my mental map in order. So yeah. Yep. That is that. So with that being said, beautiful people, I am going to end this live. I hope that you will have an awesome day. I hope that you will find something inspiring. And hey, leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you just kind of like, when people are peopling, what do you do? Do you just do like I do? Just say, I got your number. I got you. I got you, sis. I got you, bruh. Let me know. And with that being said, please like, comment, And if you haven't, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. And as I say, it's getting warmer, so things are going to be a lot more activities I will be doing outside and taking you guys along with me. So with that being said, again, thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Until the next video.